Alright, Lions, so it's that time once more to do our usual before you summon video on the new upcoming End of Month banner. The first time we received a premium End of Month banner in a very, very long time, and within today's video, we'll be breaking down the banner, highlighting some of the value that has had to be had here if you do decide to summon. But, of course, as always, here's a quick 7th anniversary disclaimer. The 7th anniversary is coming July 23rd. You should be all saving your orbs for that particular banner, as it is going to be giving us some good, exciting, and amazing cards in the game. And if you were to spend orbs here, that is potentially less orbs spent on the anniversary banner. If you are free to play, you normally should be skipping banners like this, and even though these cards are good and cool and all, they are premium at the end of the day, so that means you can get them later on from tickets. So this isn't really a banner you should be summoning on. Even if it was a seasonal, even if it was Spirits Are Fair with you, I still would have recommended to skip, because you should be, at this point in time, with how close the anniversary is, you should be saving your orbs for the anniversary. But considering that this is actually a premium End of Month banner, it actually gives us a very easy skip banner for the most part. I will be doing maybe 1 or 2 multis, and that's really about it, because I kind of want these characters. I want to showcase them on the channel, and I'm also missing a few characters from the entire pool. So with that said, now let's talk about the banner, right? Highlight some of the good that has had to be had here, because again, some people are going to be summoning regardless of what I say. Some people are going to be summoning just, you know, multi or 2, and you might actually get the characters. Doing 1 discount isn't really a bad thing to do, and that's what I'm going to be doing on both of my accounts. So firstly, what you need to understand is that the banner is going to be available from the 31st to the 12th, so it's going to be here for around 2 or so weeks. Now, in terms of what banners might come out during this, we are going to be getting the, obviously, a new arena character. Not sure who that's going to be. And the day after this banner does leave, we are going to get the mid-month banner. Highly doubt whatever does come out in the next 2 weeks is going to be able to top what these characters can do. But also worth mentioning, at least at this point in the video, is that we are due a Spirits Are Fair with you rerun banner sometime next month, which should be Safri Soifon and also Yoruichi. So if you potentially want them, maybe start saving up for them now. Additionally, we also do have a 1000 Year Blood War rerun. Not entirely sure who that could be, but again, once more, every single month we do get a rerun of 1000 Year Blood War and also Spirits Are Fair with you. With that said, these are your filler characters, so you have obviously the 3 new ones. You have Yukio, Spirit Society Ichigo, Redux Yoruichi Soifon, the Mind version of Chad, Machine Society Mashiro, and also Christmas Ruroka. The stepper banner, of course, is going to be your usual step banner, 4.5% chance for a featured character, which is the 9 cards we literally just showed, and then you also have other pull rate, a 1.5% chance to get another character, probably someone that you actually don't want, and every 5th step is guaranteed, while the first 2 steps every 5 multis are going to be your discount summons at 150 and 200 orbs. So looking at the new characters, let's start talking about Shinji, the first of the new 3. Now, Shinji is setting up to be a really powerful heart character, and I think the best way to look at him is, if you know what Luna Rukia does, Shinji is very similar, just more so melee based. So let's quickly explain why. So Shinji was designed to be used in Guild Quest, more specifically the melee Hollow Week of Guild Quest, but because he does come with Marauder, which also does include Guard Break within that skill, it does mean you can use him in the ranged Hollow Week of Guild Quest, essentially allowing him to be used in 2 weeks of Guild Quest. Now, because he is melee based, he obviously isn't going to be getting that 2 times damage output, but lucky for him, he does come with a very powerful SE2, which is a boost move with the new booster skill that obviously the Luna Rukia did introduce into the game. The new booster skill, if you don't know, actually does increase the amount of boost you do give to your entire team. Usually it increases the attack, focus, and defense by 33%. With the booster skill, it goes up to 42%. And even though it's only a 9% difference, it really does matter quite a bit, because it does increase your damage output by quite a lot. It's a very good team effect that makes him really useful in team type of content like Guild Quest, Epic Raids, Arena, for example, where he's really going to shine in. He does come with Enhancer, he does have an 80% bruiser with long reach, by the way, so he actually is more usable than your normal character in normal PvE content, since he does have that extra bit of range. And then in Guild Quest, once more, where he was designed for, he does have extra killer effect and also extra melee damage, which means he is going to be hitting very, very hard. Pair him with someone like the Technique Sergeant, you are going to absolutely clear this particular Guild Quest week, especially if you do struggle in it. And then lastly, I guess for Arena, he also does pick up 100% extra last ditch, so he actually can be quite toxic in Arena. So what this character can offer for your account, if you do actually pull him, is really good usability in Guild Quest, Epic Raids, and Arena. And if you want to use him for normal PvE content, then you definitely can do that. Our next character is the Lisa, a Mind Soripa / Hollow with the Quincy Kill ability. So because she does come with the Quincy Killer, it does mean you can use her in the Quincy Killer Guild Quest, which I think is quite easy because you do have access to, you know, some free-to-play targets, for example. But if you still lack a good lead and you're tired of using Aizen, for example, you want to kind of clear tab a bit quicker, this Lisa is going to be your answer to that. She is definitely going to be the definitive best lead for this particular Guild Quest because her damage output is absolutely insane. So why is it insane? Well, let's talk about it. For starters, she has a 40% Berserker with an additional 20% strong attack damage buff to Mind attribute characters. It's not affiliation based, it's a team party buff, which means she's going to be really good in any team content. If you're going in epic raids, IT, IZ, Droplet Zone, if you're ever a Mind character with this Lisa, she's increasing their damage output, and I really do like that because a lot of these team party buffs are very restrictive to the point that you very rarely ever give buffs to your entire team. Like, you do get it for yourself, but very rarely do your teammates actually get it, and this is just great. This means she's going to be a must-have for most Mind content out there, and then it gets even more crazier because she does come with the status element spiritual pressure boost plus 80%, making her already one of the hardest hitting characters in the game. And in addition to that, she also does have an increased chance of inflicting a status element against any hard enemy in the game. So not only does she have the spiritual pressure boost, not only does she have a team party buff for everyone, she also has the debilitator against any hard enemy in the game, making it very easy for her to inflict status ailments, which will proc the spiritual pressure boost. And then if you do inflict the status ailment, you will be paralyzing them, lacerating them, in which you will then be doing 40% more damage. This character, damage-wise, is absolutely insane. She comes with Havoc, Sprinter +1, and Guard Break, and the strong attacks this character does have are actually pretty solid. So she is setting up to be the best Mind character in the game, even with Quincy Killer, because her damage output and what she provides for your entire team, especially in something like Inheritance Trials, where she's never really going to have Killer, it really doesn't matter, because she's going to be doing potentially more damage than those that have Killer, and also be inflicting a bunch of status ailments, and also buffing everyone's strong attack damage. So this Lisa is really, really good. And hopefully, you know, if you don't pull on this banner, hopefully she comes back soon, because whatever banner she's going to be on is going to make that banner significantly better. And then the last of the new characters, we do have the new power version of Love. So Love is a pretty unique one to a certain extent. In normal PvE content, he's definitely still usable because he does have a 40% Berserker. He does come with a Human Killer, which again isn't really useful right now in normal PvE content, but it does make him a pretty good lead for the Human Killer Guild Quest, for example. And he does come with weakened defense, so if you give him double weakened defense, for example, that could also be pretty good. He is a 14% recharge, so he's always going to be a good link, but the main thing about this character is that he was designed for Arena. So in normal PvE content, since he does have a really good kit, and the skills that he does have are nothing insane, it's basically the bare minimum. Frenzy +1, Havoc +20%, with 40% Berserker. It's good enough to be used. It's good enough. It's nothing super amazing, but it is good enough. And he also does come with Long Stride, so he's going to have that extra bit of mobility. Last stage adds to his survivability. So I do kind of like the way they designed this character, and his strong attacks, again, once more, are pretty good. But he really does shine in the Arena game mode, because in Arena, he does get the following set of skills. The Start Power-Up Item +2, one of the best, most broken skills in this particular game mode. Poise, and also Frenzy +1, taking him to Frenzy +2 with 40% Berserker. He has a Human Killer, so he is technically countering the technique Tsukishima. Not like Tsukushima's a massive problem, but if you do run against him, this Love is going to absolutely dominate him. And with the weakened defense, Long Stride, and obviously the damage output that he's going to have in Arena with the Last Ditch, he's setting up to be very toxic. Not super toxic, but he's going to be really good in Arena if you do decide to invest him into there. And because he was obviously focused in Arena, that means he's not super broken compared to someone like Lisa, for example. Lisa is great in normal PvE content, but when you take him to Arena, she's not going to be that good. So it's kind of like a balance out. One's really good in PvE content, while not so much good in Arena, and then this one, Love, is really good in Arena, and then pretty decent in PvE content. So overall, with those 3 new premium characters, you have some high-tier, very high-value premium characters coming to the game that I definitely think we're all going to appreciate pulling sometime in the future. Other than those 3 characters, here are your 6 other fillers. I don't want to talk about them too much because, like, realistically, you don't really care about these characters, but I guess a quick TLDW is that Yukio was designed to be used in co-op content, more specifically Inheritance Trials, as he does have an increased chance of inflicting a status ailment against Technique Attribute Arankas. However, unfortunately, even though the IT session that we have right now is a Aranka enemies, they are immune to paralysis. So Yukio is kind of useless right now, but I guess he could be useful in a future IT when the Aranka enemies do return. Spirit-Side Ichigo finally getting the fix makes him actually a pretty top tier character, just a slow one at that. He does have a team party buff, which he heals them by 20% every time you enter another room. With the Frenzy +2 and the increased chance of inflicting a status ailment, ensures that if he does use a strong attack, you're pretty likely to inflict status ailment, which I think is pretty nice. So he's a slower character, but a safe one at that. Yoruichi Soifon, pretty good link, as they are a 20% full stamina damage link. They do have 2 killers, they have good enough strong attacks, they're Yoruichi Soifon, so do have extra bit of mobility. I kind of like the gameplay, but since they are a premium that came out, like, you know, a year ago, and they were a mid-month, they do lack Havoc, which makes them, you know, less ideal compared to some of the newer characters. But they are still pretty good. You got some good value characters, since they have 2 killers too. You can do a lot with this particular character, but they're premium, and they're very, very common nowadays. So, you know, if you don't get them here, don't worry, you'll get them later. And the same thing is said for these 3 bottom characters, which I think are the worst valued characters in this banner. Essentially, Chad can be used on a future Senkamoth floor. That's really about it. He doesn't really have anything going for him for the most part, but he is, I guess, usable. Same thing can be said for Mashiro, but she is a droplet character, increasing your mind droplet drop rate by 17%. So she has a use there. And then you have the Kirsten Ruruka, who is designed for Inheritance Charge, where she does have an increased chance of inflicting a star summon against her attribute Hollows. So if you ever do, you know, need someone for Hollow IT and you want to bring her, she's not the worst option. She's not the best one, but you know, can make her work. She does like Havoc again once more, so that's a problem that she has. She doesn't have high damage output, so she's kind of old though, but it's fine. You can make use of her if you do like a gameplay. And that's basically the entire filler pool. Again, semi-decent, nothing too bad, but you're mainly pulling for these 3 new characters, and if you do decide to pull, hopefully you get what you want in a very short amount of steps. So with that said, that was basically the video for today, breaking down this banner, letting you guys know everything you need to know before you do summon on this banner, if you decide to summon, that is. In the comments below, if you are summoning, let me know how deep you're going. For me, again, once more, I'm probably going to do 1 or 2 steps and then call it quits. With that said, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Until next time, peace.